the title. The winner of this goes to the Grands.
AJ comes in averaging a goal and a quarter per game. He's the leading scorer in total and average. Can he keep up his white-hot pace to get Optic into its first final of the season? We're about to find out as we kick off Game 1 on Manfield.
GENG out of lives. If you want to get another shot at complexity in the grand finals, you got to have a much better performance than you did earlier on today. Optic Gaming are surging. And for GENG, it seems like a tall task to be able to come down a team, like you said, that is as hot as Optic. But they're looking to start it off. Jack to the top right. He punches it through.
Apparently, Jack back in the hot seat and still shooting red hot. Post and in, where some of those woes had really plagued GENG in that previous series in the upper final. They were hitting just outside the post. They were going off the crossbar. This one on target. And now Optic's got to answer, and apparently Jack is having none of it.
Gotta watch out. You see Noli on the back end going for demos, but you have to watch out for Reynolds on the other side. Again, I believe a season high demos, not just for North America, but the entire world. As Reynolds does know how to demo really well, but AJ knows how to score from everywhere. What a play for AJ to equalize.
When AJ is on, there might not be a better shooter in the world. When he's off, you notice it, but he is on it today. He's been on it all weekend.
Yes, sir. And AJ himself is not gonna let GENG get through this series without putting up a fight. Individual prowess starting to show. And we're gonna need to see signs of that for GENG if they want to keep this series competitive. Still tied up here at the first minute gone by. It's both teams trading blows. Chronic looking to get this forward. You see him just knocking on the door there, but it's a good stop from Optic as they look to charge upfield.
Reynolds, little floater to the backboard, and Chronic will power this away towards Jack, intercepted by Magic Bear. AJ redirect! Oh, he is on it!
Write that down, that's top 5. Write that down right now. That is beautiful from AJ. Noli tried to put a hand up, but when AJ's playing like that, he's just on another level. 2 goals for AJ, 2 goals for Optic Gaming.
Remember when we were talking about the defense from GENG and complexity earlier today? We were talking about not trying to block, or not trying to make saves as often as you are trying to stop them from becoming shots in the first place. Don't bother. If you let AJ shoot, it's in. As Chronic shot sails a little bit wide. And now Magic Bear, they've been trying to pinch that downfield, but AJ will follow the play up. They would love to let AJ just have the ball in the backfield, as that one's going to be blocked away by Magic Bear. Full tank of boost, and then Reynolds coming in to stop Chronic. Here goes AJ. And they get a little bump on him. It's going to be Reynolds in the midfield, and he can't do anything with it.
Strong clearance, but GENG still having to play from behind here. Again, after that surge, they have to slow things down to kind of stop the bleeding. And it is tough. Because Optic, again, after that win, so much more momentum on the day just given to them. But GENG looking to set up a play. There's the demos, though. The Bear finds 2. And Chronic does his best to slow things down for the time being.
Apparently Jack stealing pinch, and AJ had the read. Reynolds had that stuffed by Noli all the way across. Now Magic Bear leaves that for AJ. It's a much different Optic Gaming squad this weekend than it has been at the start of the season as AJ comes across for the save. They've got back-to-back top 4 finishes in events, for what it's worth. And remember, they had that top 4 while they were trying to make the miraculous run in the Winter Invitational after a pair of bottom 4 finishes. Now they're top 3. And could be, at the very least, top 2 if this hot shooting from AJ keeps up. The Reynolds had that in the corner. AJ jumped in as well. Didn't really give him anybody to pass to, and Magic Bear will be all alone at the back. He's got that as far as apparently Jack. And AJ will spring Reynolds downfield. He'll run onto it. Couldn't line up a double, but they've left it for AJ, and this one is saved for now.
You see GENG trying that backboard. It's the same thing we saw from the Space Station Gaming series. Optic Gaming have great backboard defense. They're going to be able to clear those out. AJ here testing the backboard himself, but Chronic there set in time. Noli has to be careful how he approaches this ball upfield, gives it to Jack. Plays a light 50. A lot of space here from Optic, not necessarily sending too many people forward. It's 1 minute remaining, and oh, Magic Bear almost found his mark. Shooting still looking good for Optic as they have this game in their hands.
There's Magic Bear again, stopped by Chronic, but now it comes down to the leading scorer in the tournament, AJ, dispossessed by Noli. AJ in there now at 32 goals with the pair here in game 1. Next highest among players still in the tournament, that one, Magic Bear at 20. He had the assist on AJ's second as Noli will bank one out for apparently Jack. GENG playing from behind here in the last 30. Chronic ranging back. He has Noli there in support if needed. And Noli's going to be called into action. Gave it up to AJ. Magic Bear's there as well. They both fight over who's going to score and put this game away. Finally, Reynolds comes in. Everybody shoots. Everybody scores.
And GENG just completely removed themselves from the play. Look at this. Everybody upfield. No one home. And Reynolds will read the ball off the wall and push it right in. That's pretty much securing this game 1. Optic Gaming still on that momentum off of the Space Station win. They are making it very clear for GENG. If you don't show up, you won't get to play. Time ticking down. Ball still in the air. It'll drop. And it's an Optic Gaming Game 1 victory.
Reynolds' 10th goal of the weekend is the icing on the cake as Optic continues its winning ways. The green wall inching ever closer to a grand final date with complexity. Could you imagine GENG dropping 2 series in a row to go out of the tournament after advancing into Championship Sunday as we look back at our high performance replay brought to you by Mobile One. And boy, was it high performance, especially from AJ, especially there.
That was beautiful. Absolutely great there from what you saw from AJ. And seeing him elevate is something that I think Optic fans or even AJ fans over the course of his career have wanted to see. Him taking the ball, making plays happen individually. So solid. GENG Mobile One Racing looked a little shaky still. Now, keep in mind, of course, Jack is sick. That's why we had the delay before we got into the game. Jack's still trying to get things going, but he started this game off with a good goal. It really is. You got to start looking at Chronic and Noli if you're a GENG fan because they do all have to elevate. Jack is still doing his thing, staying up and down the field, but when it comes down to Optic Gaming, this team is looking so good on the day. Everyone's playing their roles well. This is a fully functional team. Green Wall's been behind them. Game 2 starting. We'll see if any adjustments are made.
8 of the 20 goals that Noli scored, that was his season high in the Winter Cup, came in a series against Optic Gaming. Again, a much different Optic that went bottom 4 in that event before really turning things around in the Invitational. But it's worth noting there is plenty of confidence to be had there. But here goes Magic Bear, met by Chronic, who just barely caught up to the play. And it's Magic Bear now going to call his own number, at least try to dance around a couple. AJ came in as well. That puts Reynolds in a tough spot as it pinches all the way back downfield. Kicked out, and Reynolds will get to this quickly. Nobody dove in for GENG.
AJ standing in at 4. Oh. I love that there. You saw it. Set up play. Magic Bear was getting ready to jump into it. Passing has been solid. Communication's been great on Optic. Noli, light touch out to the side. Jack and Chronic bump each other. Reynolds is going to try to catch him out. Jack slowing things down for the time being, and Chronic has to stretch to make the save.
Noli goes over top of Chronic to play this downfield. Chronic will eventually get a shot off, but it is right down Main Street, right at Reynolds. Jack did steal that boost away, and Reynolds clipped Noli. Magic Bear, his shot set away by Chronic. Follow-up is a free ball for AJ, but all he can do is dump it off to the corner. Didn't have anything to work with, and now Chronic will begin the charge back downfield for GENG, looking for their first goal and lead of this series, or rather their second goal and first lead of the series. Apparently Jack has the shot, and he has his second.
He's finding the mark. He just needs the lane set up. Play it out. Look at this angle. Beautiful work for Jack to wrap around it, upside down, puts it to the top right corner. Once again, GENG with the lead, but they've been having a worrying trend over the course of the day. They've been dropping these leads left and right. Can they hold on to it this time?
Ollie for Chronic, and it's bounced back over. Jack had come up as well. He's got both goals now for GENG in this series.
Jack
Now
again.
Jack adding a third. No, AJ with the save. Follow-up is a little floater. Teardrop from Nolly does not go. Might have another opportunity. Oh, couldn't tell if he was leaving that for Chronic or Jack, and I don't think Chronic or Jack knew where that was headed, but another opportunity gone by the wayside as AJ will send this one out to the corner as well. GENG getting their opportunities though. Really hemming Optic deep in their own territory. AJ will repel this one. Now Chronic trying to carry it through. He's got Jack across the way, and he's got another.
This is great individually from Chronic. All three members of Optic on this left wall. These light touches to get past everybody. He plays it past everybody. Gives Jack the lane. Jack has not been missing when he's had these open lanes. It's been a great setup. Chronic to Jack, 2 for 2.
15 assists for Chronic in this tournament. He's got all three of the helpers on all three of Jack's goals. Chronic has that back out to the corner where AJ is still waiting. He'll dish it back out to Magic Bear, and this is Chronic's ball all the way. See how long he can hold on to it.
Oh, bumps downfield. Magic Bear looking for some disruption. Gave AJ some space, but Jack and Noli both doing a good job of making sure that doesn't get past. Noli there, high ball, forcing AJ to use some boost to get across. And this is GENG finally showing some signs of control here. They've been limiting opportunities from Optic. Optic even send a man up to try to look for demos, but it has not been enough. That's not a great touch out of AJ either. And Noli can try to see if he can leave something downfield. Takes the boost from the corner. And again, much more slower has been the Optic gaming push in game 2.
90 seconds remain as Reddles will try and bring one central. Chronic's got that away. Now AJ tried to regain control on the ceiling, and apparently Jack gave him no time. Magic Bear whiffed on it, but Reddles takes out Chronic. AJ's shot, nothing behind it. As Nolly with the save. That could have been real scary though for Optic defensively. It would have effectively ended this game if GENG had added that third goal into an empty net. They survive. They still have a chance here. Magic Bear barrels through apparently Jack, and AJ adds another to his tally.
It's a full team play for Optic as they charge downfield. You see AJ on the side, waste no time. He can't afford to waste time there. Perfect read on the play from AJ to get involved, and it pays off big time for Optic. A minute remaining. Can they get one more?
And again at the 50% shooting mark for AJ. 1 goal from 2 shots. He's got to play table center here shortly, as that one's going to be blocked away by Nolly. Doesn't register as a shot. And now Reddles will grab the boost from just in front of Nolly. Magic Bear blocked by Chronic. It falls down towards Nolly, but Jack's not there. He's going to be way back for this charge out of Optic. It ricochets around. AJ, again, this time denied by Nolly. Give him a savior medal. Now drop down to Magic Bear. They're trying to feed the bear. It's not working. Reddles up high, swatted away by Jack.
Ooh, AJ also gets cut out. May have to go back here. They're trying to get the ball to Magic Bear, but Jack is playing the role perfectly. In the way. Get the clock ran down. Chronic doesn't need to shoot, just needs to keep the ball out of Optic's hands. Noli on the ball, making Reynolds uncomfortable. Final 10, but wait, everybody's pushed forward. Maybe a chance here for Optic to move downfield. Ball off the corner. AJ has to go up, gets beat out, and that one will do it. GENG Mobile 1 strike back in game 2.
That's a great performance out of GENG as well. It's kind of a gritty win for GENG, as Optic certainly made them earn it coming down the stretch, but it was great possession, especially out of Nolly and Chronic, pushing forward, not letting Optic get nearly as many opportunities in that final 90 seconds as they would have liked, as clearly they would have needed to bring this back and force an overtime. And it's got to be great for GENG's confidence as well, holding on to that lead after they had given up the lead on Neo Tokyo in the upper finals.
Okay, you can see Jack there. Again, 2 goals there. Only 2 goals from GENG that game. Still locked in. Chronic, very helpful that game. 2 assists, 3 saves, a couple shots of his own. Everybody leveling up there because they have to. You saw how deadly Optic looked on a couple of attacks that they got. GENG could not afford to take their foot off the pedal. That being said, this series tied up. Game 3 live. Chance here for someone to take the lead in this best of 7.
GENG already with 7 games under their belt today. What's another 7, right? If it means a rematch with Complexity in the grand final. It's AJ. Apparently Jack coming out to meet him. AJ at least got it through, but there's Chronic. Good win downfield. GENG on the move again. But all apparently Jack and Chronic on the offensive end for GENG. Jack's got all 3 goals. Chronic's got a helper on each of them. Noli trying to get in on the act, but he's denied by Magic Bear.
Noli gonna turn on this. Slowing down Magic Bear's push. Oh, Jack, though, that's a big whiff. Even AJ had a read on Jack, but just did not expect it. Noli trying to go off the ceiling. Oh, got a piece of it. But so did Magic Bear. Great reaction from Magic Bear, keeping Optic in this game as AJ tried to lead the charge. Beautiful work there. Chronic credited with the save.
Around the boards. Wrap there for apparently Jack to follow on. And Noli's got to circle around here because this is headed back dangerously close to his own net. Did not grab the corner boost. Didn't matter. Still fed apparently Jack. And Reynolds has to come across for the save. What can AJ do here coming across the center line? He can give the ball away to Chronic for a moment. And GENG trying to hold the line and get their next quality look at the blue half. They've got one. It's Chronic. It's Chronic with the lead.
You gotta love Noli here. Reynolds gives the ball right to him. Noli, good control. The light touch out. Yeah, Magic Bear got a piece of it, but did he see Chronic under the ball? Top right corner shot.
Now the answer required from Optic Gaming. And they keep pace with GENG. Once they get rolling, there's apparently Jack bouncing another one in. You know, we can keep talking all we want about whether or not he's 100% or what percentage he's actually at. He has still been the leader for GENG. He's been, you could argue, the best player on the field between these 2 squads, and he just continues to deliver.
Yes, I need a heat map of that top right corner for GENG because they've been hitting it all day. And AJ's been hitting it as well. You strike and AJ will strike back, still making his presence felt on the field.
It's not quite a 1v1 with 4 pawns on the field here between AJ and Jack, but it's getting real close to it. They both have 4 goals. AJ has a helper to go with it as he bounces off the ball alongside Chronic. Reynolds goes around, and now Magic Bear will have to play it through. Just got there in the nick of time. Trying to center here, and Chronic is forced all the way across. He's got to jump back into the play just in case, as Reynolds will bring it back in, and Noli could only slow him down.
Man, that's such a fight in the corner. Everybody getting involved, just trying to get the balls either center or to the left wall. Even still fighting in that space. Finally sent across here. The Magic Bear, that's a great control to pick it up. And a long air dribble upfield. Does get bumped off the ball, but the ball still goes all the way towards the net. Just that freedom in space, so important. Chance here for Magic Bear to AJ. AJ, though, slows it down. Was that the right move? It gave Jack enough time to get the clear.
It rarely is the right move to slow it down with GENG. They move so quickly as a defensive unit. The lead remains 1 for GENG as Magic Bear just got around apparently Jack, and Chronic there to stuff him in the zone, but it does come back out. Magic Bear. It was very tempting to go after that. And now apparently Jack gonna slow play this off his own back line. AJ grabbed the boost and then ran into Reynolds. That's happened a few times where those 2 have run into each other. But now AJ will try and work his way downfield on the recovery. And Optic a little lucky that they haven't conceded a goal here in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, they are still into this one. Got to be careful, but they've been bringing the ball up the same way every time. Having that individual player get in front, seeing if someone else, either second or first man, makes that off-ball play, trying to get the bumps through, and then trying to pass it within the rest of the two. Hasn't been so super successful, but it does give them a lot of ground moving forward, and then you see them now setting up that consistent offense, looking for a hole in GENG's defense. Did they find it?
Flutter. Oh, it's out of Chronic, and Magic Bear slams it home at the last moment. But watch what happens to Chronic here. It's an unforced error.
He backflips, thought the ball was going in a completely different direction, and Magic Bear jumps right on top of it. Momentary lapse in judgment. Like you said, the error comes through, and GENG but do not make this easy on themselves. 1:10 to go, game tied up.
Apparently Jack still got the shot through, but it's Reddles to the rescue. Chronic near the mark. Apparently Jack was there, but just a little too slow. AJ with a full tank of boost. Worst case scenario for GENG, but it's just tipped away by Nolly. So Reddles secure at the back, needs one more touch. He's got it, gave it away to Jack. Who's coming on? It's Nolly. Shot! Bottom left. What a snipe!
He goes up quick for this, takes the corner boost, sees the ball before it even hits the back wall. He's in the air. Level of speed increased. Jack was there to make sure it went in. Again, everyone on the side of GENG stepping up and scoring this game.
16 for Nolly this weekend. Again, his highest in any regional, 20 in the Winter Cup. 8 of those came against this Optic squad. Reddles needs a second touch, doesn't have it. 30 seconds remain. Nolly with a full tank. AJ with a full tank. Nolly wins, but it goes to Magic Bear. AJ around 2. Reddles trying to chase down Chronic and just could not get to him.
See a little bit of desperation from Optic. They're trying to force a mistake. Magic Bear's upfield as well. Chronic gets the save out. 10 seconds left as GENG try to hold on to the lead, but Optic have one last push into him. That one, a good save out. It'll bounce in open space, and GENG will make sure that hits the ground as they take the lead in the series.
GENG bounces back with a pair of 1-goal victories. It feels like every game they've played in this tournament has come right down to the final handful of seconds where they have really had to clutch up. But everybody on the scoreboard for GENG here in game 3. 2-1 lead in the series now. And we're at that magic point here, Daz, where we keep looking over to see if there's going to be a timeout coming at that 2-loss mark. Not yet for Optic. They will wait, presumably, until they're on match point.
I mean, for Optic, towards the end of that game, again, everybody's starting to level up there. We saw a lot of chances where they could have made GENG very uncomfortable, and also some good shots being placed on towards the net. I feel like they think that that one was a lot more closer and would rather just play it on, which isn't necessarily a bad idea. But you probably would expect one if they drop this one. Utopia Coliseum missed the stage. Chance for GENG to put the series on match point.
Nolly will sky this one up as Optic right on the early attack. This pass goes all the way across. AJ coming on and just could not get there in time. He'll try and pop one past everybody again. Chronic's all over it. Now Magic Bear blocked by apparently Jack. Reddles giving it a speculatory look. And finally swats Jack out of the air, and it's AJ's ball all the way. What can he do with it? Taken away by Jack. Well done defensively by GENG, especially Jack.
Ball has been very low to the ground here. We'll see Magic Bear take this one into the air, gets one flip, and Nolly up so early, right when it hits the midfield line, to slow down that pace of play. Still a chance though. AJ putting that ball on, and Chronic taking his time more and more. You know that unforced error in the last game. Trying not to repeat the same mistakes. Here's a light touch from Jack, trying to keep the ball close. But Reddles can clear to Magic Bear. Magic Bear back to Reddles, shot not on, and Jack able to stop a chance for a follow-up.
For Optic Gaming, no matter what, their 2 best finishes of the season coming here in the last 2 events. It's not like they've, just suddenly gotten better at playing the game or hitting the ball. I mean, that's just kind of a natural talent that these guys are going to have, as Chronic will bounce one through. We'll get back to Optic in a moment, as apparently Jack and Chronic just picked them apart downfield.
I like that from Jack. That initial touch, he kind of like fakes the fake and then dodges to force the ball off of AJ, who was expecting him to have a little bit more time. And then after Chronic takes the ball, does it all himself to finish up that play. Fake kickoff here, though, on the side of GENG. Trying to get it across to Jack, but Magic Bear has enough time. They're able to read the play on the side of Optic to cut it out, but Chronic to Jack, good speed. It's Noli there, top right, bang! What a three-man play for GENG!
Oh, they are just flying all over the blue half of the field now, and Optic defensively are being put into a lot of awkward situations and not reacting as quickly as they need to. GENG just one step ahead, and now 2 goals ahead here in game 4, trying to kind of put the clamps down on this series.
Oh,
And we will have just a moment here with about 3:17 to go, and we will get everybody back up and ready to go as quickly as we can, with GENG leading here 2-0 after a couple of assists out of Jack. 1 goal each from Chronic and Nolly. GENG has started to kind of slant the field a little bit downhill towards the Optic Gaming half of the field.
yep. Just for clarity, pause comes through Jack, very sick. So that's why they're usually taking that time to call for one while he... Yeah.
Well, Jack takes care of Jack. Let's put it that way. So I tell you what, this is one of those performances that you look back at. You know, I don't want to inflate this to be like the Jordan flu game. It's far from it. But his performance today, if you didn't know that he was sick, you wouldn't suspect anything is off. Some shots had been a little bit off early on in the upper final, but still, he's been absolutely money. He's been the leading scorer for the squad so far here. He's up to, what is he now? 18 goals in the tournament to lead his team. This has been as gutty a performance as we've seen this season.
We'll see how things go now. Getting set up to get back into the game. GENG getting back into this one right off the kickoff. AJ, though, picks up that and puts it right into the back of the net. And Optic back into the game quickly.
Pause ends with Optic immediately gaining the upper hand. 3:09 to go. Optic's right back in it. AJ now adding his 5th goal of the series. But now he's got to play some defense here as we dip inside. 3 minutes remaining in game 4. Certainly not a must-win for Optic, but going down 3 games to this squad with Jack still delivering is almost got to feel like a death sentence.
Oh yeah, that is what it's looking like. Good 50 from Jack to push that one in, and GENG back inside the driver's seat. Still plenty of time left though in this game, but for Optic, going on match point early on in this series, not necessarily the best thing here for them, as they're going to try to see if they can make something happen here with the remaining time. Still over half of the game to go.
AJ taking a shot on, and it goes right over top of Nolly and in, and AJ just continues to find the back of the net.
Light touch out. AJ finds the mark, and GENG not able to get to that one in time. 2.5 with a couple seconds to go here. And AJ still delivering. He's shooting 2 for 3 this game.
Now Magic Bear greeted rudely by Nolly. Apparently Jack is over there, and Nolly in the area as well, if that had somehow found its way through. Here's Magic Bear, and Nolly just ranging back to make the save that keeps Optic in front, but not for long. AJ does it again.
It's a hat trick for AJ. Gets the boost, has the speed. Look at that, the light touch and then the follow-up made Jack think he was going high. AJ went low, and he is willing Optic back into this game.
He is having one of those series where he is just going to be unstoppable. What are we up to now? 7 in the series. AJ looking for number 8. This time blocked by Chronic. Rattles from the ceiling, and he hit the crossbar. Magic Bears follow up. AJ off of Chronic and in.
And another one from AJ. But this one, it's all about the pressure from Magic Bear, forcing everyone from GENG to commit. Chronic in a tough spot, can't react to it in time. And Optic now, everybody pushing forward. They understand they're on a run here in this game, and they have put it back in their hands.
4 goals now for AJ in this game. The hits just keep on coming. He cannot spring the team downfield though, so Magic Bear will launch it back down. It kicks right back out to him, and Chronic will play it across towards Nolly. Nolly with a minute 35, denied by AJ. This, by the way, 6th game where AJ has recorded a hat trick here in the Spring Open. He's playing table center now for Reynolds. Oh, and I thought AJ might have been able to doink that one across. It's still a little dangerous for Optic, but AJ will guide it to somewhat safety, and Reynolds just getting a piece. There's Chronic trying to tie the game. Apparently Jack now gonna have a real tough time getting this on target, and all it does is fall to the corner.
So pressure though from GENG, they get a bump, they get 2. AJ, he can't get the touch, and Nolly can! GENG send the whole house to tie up the game.
For all the talk of how great Jack and Chronic have been, it's Nolly who's got 2 out of his 3 goals here in this game. 1 minute remains, 4 all here on Utopia.
Things are starting to speed up here. Everybody getting involved on the scoring board. Big flick from Jack. Oh, Chronic too far forward. Magic Bear sends that downfield straight to Nolly. You think Optic might want to control that one a little bit more. They had a prime opportunity for a strong counterattack. Let's see if they can work with this ball.
And Magic Bear did control that at midfield. He's trying to dive down on top of Chronic or Nolly. Couldn't get either one. And he almost got in the way of AJ. I actually think he did kind of obstruct him. So now Nolly couldn't get up to the ceiling, but it may be good enough. At least forced Optic to wait patiently. 25 seconds. And now apparently Jack corkscrewing through. Gonna be Reynolds with AJ going forward as well. AJ can't get around Chronic. Down to 12 seconds. Awkward ball that's dealt with by Magic Bear. Reynolds just ahead of Nolly. AJ circling around. He's going all the way across. Magic Bear, can he get his central form? No, and we are headed for overtime unless somebody's got a heroic effort here. Chronic will give it a look. Up ahead to apparently Jack. Last salvo of regulation presumably belongs to GENG, and now we go to OT.
They don't want to play it. They want this one to continue off of a kickoff. Kickoff kind of working in favor, though, of GENG. Little late cheat there from Chronic trying to get that one in midfield, but Jack gets demoed by AJ. Reynolds trying to make the push while he knows that Jack is recovering. Magic Bear forward to Chronic, who will give that to Jack, and GENG trying to start the transition here. Tense overtime, though, for Optic. Losing this one puts them in a match point situation. They'd have to win straight. They're trying to really make the most out of this time, but not overcommit. That's an overcommit, though. Is Jack just going to roll this in? He is! Reynolds gets caught out. Jack with the punish, and GENG does put the series on match point.
What more can you say? What can you say about apparently Jack that hasn't already been said? Give him 6 now in the series. Give GENG 3 out of the 4 they need, as Optic Gaming will have to take a timeout here to try and figure out how are they going to win when 4 goals out of AJ isn't enough.
And you saw AJ at the end of that game, hands on the head. That's frustrating. Just plain, simply frustrating.
That is the 10th time AJ has dropped 4 goals in an RLCS match. And still, just not enough. It is wild. GENG, as a unit, able to get past AJ and Optic Gaming for the 3rd time in 4 games. And now this extra minute or so to devise a plan. I mean, as great as Magic Bear has been today, I mean, you saw exactly what he did to Space Station earlier. There hasn't been much there offensively. A few assists, but only the one goal from him, only one goal from Reddles. AJ's gonna need help if they're going to survive past Deadeye Canyon.
Wow. And then, not even just from AJ's perspective, but for the rest of the team. You know, especially if you're looking at Reddles in that last play, you got to still be able to talk things out. You got to shake that off, and you got to figure out how to win when you haven't been. This is a true test of Optic Gaming right now. Coming out of this timeout, can they turn their entire series around, force a Game 7, do it there? I mean, everybody's been stepping up on the field. Of course, AJ has, but they have to be a cohesive unit, because even with one mistake, GENG are so quick to utilize any type of space they get on the field and punish Optic for it.
That man right there came alive here in the last game and a half or so. Nolly, he's got 3 goals and an assist, as GENG have found the solution. They have found their way past Optic's defense time and time again. Even though that game was, of course, won in overtime, it felt like GENG had won that game with that early flourish, because they presented such a task for Optic to overcome that they just could not get the upper hand for good. And now we're here at Deadeye for what could be the last game of this magical run for AJ and Optic Gaming.
Jack, strong carry. Starting things off here already is GENG getting in the way of Optic. We're going to look to see if Optic have made any adjustments on the course of the timeouts. How they move upfield, they've been a little bit more spread out, at least in the start here, as AJ tries to set something up. Noli knocking it down. There's a lot more space here in the midfield. The Chronic plays that ball high. Noli with the shot, misses the target. Jack goes up too. Chronic follow up, looking for the top left. And AJ able to knock it away. You gotta think for GENG, that would have been a great way to start off the game. They hit the backboard for free, but the shots just were not falling.
That's the kind of play that GENG was scoring at almost at will on in the first half of game 4. And that shot from apparently Jack. Okay, he's human after all. But now Nolly, he's got it from the ceiling, and he'll guide it home.
Noli stepping up like you said, Stacks. This one, look at this. Off the ceiling, uses the flip, and gets the bump. Pushes Reynolds out the way, and pushes GENG in the lead.
A lot of cracks in the green wall. Starting to look like Swiss cheese. Nolly's shot almost rolled through, and Magic Bear just getting a piece. Now AJ has to go up the back line and send this downfield. Magic Bear got a piece of Nolly, but it's apparently Jack at the back. AJ bringing it across again. Nolly's there. Apparently Jack at midfield. Chronic's ahead. It's going to be Jack. Like a missile denied by Reddles.
Ball played across here. Noli has to get there quickly. GENG be utilizing that midfield space, but now it's Optic's turn. Reynolds tried to get that bump on Jag, but couldn't. Jag got a light touch on it, which is going to slow down Optic's pressure. They still have the boost, and they still have the ball on the orange side of the field as Reynolds picks up a demo, and Magic Bear will intercept. 3 minutes to go. It's only a 1-goal difference that separates these two. Reynolds was trying to interfere again with Chronic's aerial. GENG playing this game slow and controlled for the time being.
Nolly just slams the wall, and then Chronic slams AJ, and it's apparently Jack's shot. That's dismissed by Reddles. Magic Bear got this through, and that might have fooled Chronic for just a moment. He made a good recovery. Now Nolly will just launch it ahead. Chronic has to circle around the midfield boost as Magic Bear will leave it for AJ. I mean, you gotta feed the hot hand. Why not? He's got another one! My gosh!
It's an AJ masterclass. I'm standing right now. Win or lose, this man is playing on another level. Look at that light touch into the follow. Beautiful stuff we're seeing from AJ. He's taking control when he needs to, and is proving so successful for Optic.
He dropped a 10 spot on G2. He's got 9 now. AJ brought it this weekend, but they're gonna need another They feed the bear in the wing. This kicks out, and it's apparently Jack bouncing one only as far as Reynolds. He'll lob back in, and that just got away from him. He'll steal the boost out of the corner. And apparently Jack, another deep lob down the field that Magic Bear couldn't quite control. Inside 2 minutes as Reynolds met by Chronic. There's apparently Jack again, but this time AJ is just ahead of him. Reynolds blocked by Nolly. It falls to Magic Bear, and that was a little bit towards the left, and maybe one that should have been handled a lot better.
Control there from Chronic, trying to get this involved. It's a good pop-up. Jack gets bumped here on the play, so it's control from Reynolds. AJ's coming off the corner boost. Maybe needed here. Oh, it's a good play around him from apparently Jack, but Magic Bear is there to assist, and there's no follow-up on the side of GENG. We're approaching the final minute in what could be the last game of this series, unless Optic do something on one of these drives. We'll have to see. Magic Bear gonna lead the charge here.
Well, AJ got stopped on his way up. Reynolds had that swatted away by apparently Jack. And Jack at the midfield has been outstanding. He's been outstanding everywhere, let's be honest. Chronic now around the boards and out, only as far as AJ. Well, awkward trying to get that played through, and apparently Jack back downfield. 40 seconds to go. Now Reynolds trying to line up one. That would have been a worldie. And it's apparently Jack with a full tank of boost. Few things have been as dangerous today, but this time Magic Bear has the save. Chronic got the boost starve. And maybe GENG can keep the pressure on. Nolly denied by both Reynolds and AJ.
Chronic forcing the clear out from AJ. He took his time there on the challenge. Ball off into the corner. Chronic again. Is he gonna opt to play this, or do they want to kill it? I think Optic wants to play, but this one gets sent away. Magic Bear gives AJ space. AJ lobs it up high. Nolly needs a good touch here. Touch off onto the side. He's gonna try to kill it, but Reynolds keeps it up. Can Reynolds do something here for Optic? Going straight down, and we have overtime in Game 5.
Just another overtime between Optic and GENG. Why not? It's apparently Jack, stopped by AJ. How long will this OT go? As Jack just got ahead of Magic Bear, looking to center. Nolly's there, but it's deflected out.
Chronic last back. He keeps that in play. Jack turns on it. Oh, tried to mimic AJ's goal on him earlier in the series. Could not do it. AJ and Reynolds both going for this ball. Double commit on the play, and GENG can take possession here. Nolly to Chronic. Chronic plays this towards the back wall. You see Jack kind of creeping up, but doesn't really want to change correctly. And it's been a much more slower pace here for Optic, and you're starting to see a little bit of panic set in too, with a couple of just dangerous dives and double commits.
Reynolds taking his time, picked his spot, and apparently Jack, very patient defending, shut him down. Now quickly AJ, there's just no wasted motion today whatsoever. That's kicked back out. Reynolds will have it. Who's there on the side wall? Who else but apparently Jack. Now Chronic with Magic Bear scrambling back. Pinch pass in front. And Nolly can only slow it down. Here's Magic Bear one-on-one with apparently Jack. And Jack, again, the better of the two.
Space for AJ. Chronic recognizing the danger, goes up quickly. Jack in an awkward spot, but still picks it over Reynolds. Here's Nolly. Does he have this? Looking for that control. It's on the back wall, though, straight to AJ. And the tension on some of these plays upfield are so close. You can almost just feel it as both of these teams try to outplay each other and exchange the ball back and forth.
Well, AJ is giving this one away to Chronic, and Optic's lucky that he didn't put that one on the mark. He is not going to miss that one again if given the chance, though. Reynolds, he wanted boost, but he had to turn back around and then avoid Nolly. Now Magic Bear at midfield, and that's blocked out by Chronic. Optic got caught in a couple awkward spots, and then that shot from Reynolds is pushed just over the bar. Now a chance apparently Jack, and that's denied by AJ before he gets obliterated, and Nolly couldn't quite bring that back central.
Chronic gets a 50-on-2, gets a 50-on-3. Even Jack thought AJ was clearing that. He jumped up, removed himself from the play. AJ gets bumped. Nolly tries to find a lane. Oh, that's a quick play. and Chronic has to reach up for it. Reynolds put so much power behind that ball, just not enough yet. Optic knocking at the door. So GENG pulls out 2. Noli don't win. Yes! Noli finishes the series in overtime, and GENG takes it in 5.
Again, they caught Optic just a little too slow getting back, and Noli off a real juicy rebound adds his 5th goal. He matches a season high now with 20 on the weekend, and you know there's plenty more coming as GENG gets a shot at redemption over Complexity.
How do they do it? Stopping a surging Optic Gaming, a surging AJ, who are playing out of their minds this tournament, and GENG coming off of a tough loss against Complexity. They cleaned up their act. And like you said, Stacks, they're looking towards Complexity. CR knew it was coming, and now he's got that match.
Yeah, they get another shot at Complexity, who finally beat GENG in a best-of-7 for the first time this season to get to the grand finals. And I think they all, as you mentioned, had to know they were getting GENG again as we look back again at the Mobile 1 high-performance replay. And the clutch factor from all of GENG, banger after banger, and it continues when we come back from a short break with our grand finals, GENG and Complexity, right after this.